Good morning, students. Today we will be seeing on the topic electric dipole in this class 3 section of grade 12 CBSE Physics Unit 1. We have the topic electric dipole. Previously, you might have seen about the topic electric field, which I hope you might have gone through it. So in the electric field, you might have seen a source charge and a test charge. By means of the test charge, you can find out what's the strength of the source charge at a particular point, as well as you might have seen about it in a multiple point. So now we will be seeing about the electric dipole. So electric dipole will be having a pair of equal and opposite charges, which is separated by a small distance. So the charges will be in equal on both sides, but distance will be separated by a small distance. You can see the distance will be small. So consider here in this diagram, consider an electric dipole consisting of a charge plus q and another charge minus q, and they are being separated by a distance 2a. In electric field, you might have seen in one side it is r. So this is the total distance between on both sides. So we are considering it as a 2a and 2a vector. The lines which is joining between these two charges, we call it as dipole axis. So once you know about the electric dipole and the dipole axis, you need to know about the dipole moment, how much the charge is going to move on either side. So an electric dipole is a vector magnitude, is either charge times the separation between the two opposite charges, and the direction is along the dipole axis from the negative to the positive. So we need to find out what's the dipole moment between these two charges. So from these two charges, q plus and q minus, that's the distance 2a, we find out the dipole moment is equal to either charge into a vector drawn from negative to positive charge. So you can see here the vector is drawn from the negative to the positive charge. So the formula for that will be dipole is p vector is equal to charge into the dipole distance. So p is equal to q into 2a vector. So dipole moment is nothing but it's charge into distance between the two charges, which is nothing but p is equal to q into 2a vector. Actually, this dipole is a vector quantity. So the direction is along the dipole axis from minus q to plus q, and its magnitude is therefore p is equal to q into 2a. So when we want to find it in the magnitude, p is equal to q into 2a. And the unit for this dipole moment is coulombs per coulombs meter. The SI unit of the dipole moment is coulomb meter, that is cm. Before going deep into the derivation of the dipole, we'll just go for a general example. The dipoles are common in nature, so we can find it very easily. And one of the natural product is water. Also it is found in hydrochloric acid and many acids and alcohol. So what we are going to see as a general example, water, that's H2O. A water molecule is said to be a dipolar because it has a positive and negative pole as a result of the uneven distribution of the electrons within it. The dipole nature within the water molecule creates attractive forces known as hydrogen bonding, and that allows them to stick together. So that's why water is a dipolar molecule. So it has an electric dipole. So electric dipole is not a new concept. It's a concept before the creation of the world which God has designed before itself. So if you see it in the Bible, in the Word of God, you can see at Genesis 1:7 says, "And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament." So firmament lies between these two water molecules, above and as well as below. So coming to the water molecules, you can see that the water molecules will be having on either side hydrogen molecules which are bonded to it. So the water molecule will be the oxygen will be bonded on both sides with the hydrogen molecules. So oxygen will be at the center of it. So the distance between the oxygen for the one side of the hydrogen will be same as the distance between the oxygen and the hydrogen of the second side. So the total distance will be same as 2a. As another example, you can see about the dumbbells in the gym, which will have at the both sides two bulks, and in the center you will be having a small joint. So this joint will be equally distributed to both sides of the dumbbells. So this electric field which is produced by an electric dipole is called dipole field. Now we'll see about this electric field at an axial point of a dipole. Consider the same diagram where you can see that there are two charges, Q positive and Q negative, which is being separated by a distance of 2a. This is the distance 2a. Let P be the point on the axial line at a distance of r. So you can see there's a point P on the axial line. Straight to that, it's an axial line. From the center, origin O, to this P, that's a distance r. You can see that the electric field due to the charge on Q negative at point P, that is Q negative at the point P, from Q negative to this P, that is towards the left. That is electric field E Q negative is equal to, so let's calculate the electric field at an axial point of a dipole. Where you can see that there's a center point O. On the other side you will be having the positive charge Q, and on the other side you have the negative charge minus Q. The total distance between them is 2a. So you have a dipole moment P. So we place a center point, we place a point P at the axial line at the distance r from the center of the origin. So you can see here, you can calculate the electric field due to the charge of E negative. So E vector is equal to minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r plus a the whole square. So r starts from the center point P, from the point P to the origin O. So it has to extend to little, so we are giving it as r plus a. The remaining space we calculate as r plus a the whole square p cap. That is the dipole moment, and it's towards the left in this direction. The electric field due to the charge at the Q positive. Electric field due to the charge Q positive at point P, you can calculate it as Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r minus a the whole square p cap, where epsilon 0 is nothing but it's the permittivity of the free space, and Q is the charge, and r is the distance, and a is the additional separated distance, and p is the dipole moment. So now you have the electric field of the charge on both sides, for the negative side as well as the positive charge side of the charge. Based on that, you have two formulas, minus Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r plus A the whole square P cap, and as well as another one Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R minus A the whole square P cap. Now we need to find out the resultant of the electric field. So hence we can calculate the resultant electric field at the point P. So the E axial, that means the electric field on the axial point is equal to E positive charge plus E negative charge. That is electric field on the positive charge as well as electric field on the negative charge. We can take the common Q 4 pi epsilon 0. So this is common for both. We are taking it out 1 by R minus A the whole square minus 1 by R plus A the whole square. We close the bracket, P vector. So this will be a common factor. This will be a factor which is for positive as well as negative charge, electric field. From this, when you keep on deriving, you can get it as Q by 4 pi epsilon 0. If you take the LCM and you find out, means you will get 4AR divided by R square minus A square the whole square P cap. Now we'll split here as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 into 2. That's this 4 will split it as 2 into 2, and this A and this Q will bring it to this side dot R divided by R square minus A square the whole square into P vector. So when you split like this, you get 2AQ, which is nothing but P is equal to Q into 2A. That is dipole moment is equal to charge into distance, which we saw in the beginning itself. So the E axial, the electric field in the axial field will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into, in this particular place we will be replacing P. So 2PR divided by R square minus A square the whole into A square into P square into P vector. That's P square, it's P vector. Since R is very larger than A, so A square can be neglected compared to the R square. You can see R is very larger, so we can neglect the A square from R square. And so we will get a formula E axial is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 2P by RQ into P. So from this it is very clear that the electric field at an axial point on a dipole acts along the dipole axis from negative to the positive. That's why it has come as towards the right, from negative to the positive, the electric field will be acting on. That is in the direction of the dipole moment. So you have seen about the electric field in an axial point of a dipole. So now we will be seeing about the electric field at an equatorial point of a dipole. So you can see here a diagram of an electric field at an equatorial point of a dipole. So axial field means it comes in the straight line. So when it comes in the equatorial pole, we place the point P straight to the origin. So we consider here an electric dipole of charges, negative charge Q and the positive charge Q. So the charge here is negative charge as well as here it is positive charge, and the dipole moment is P. So distance from here to the origin is A, and from there to from this origin to the B it is another A. So let P be the point on the equatorial line of the dipole at a distance R. So when you join all these things, you get it as a triangle. So electric field at a point P due to the charge Q plus is for the equatorial point. So when you see the equatorial point for the charge P at the point P due to the charge Q, EQ plus is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q by R square plus A square. So this is along the axis B to P towards this axis. So R square plus A square. Next is electric field at a point P due to negative charge is EQ is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q divided by R square plus A square. So this is along the axis PA, this axis AP or PA. So from this we can find out that both sides of the electric field charge is equal. So EQ negative charge is equal to EQ positive charge, because both are equal, is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon 0 into Q by R square plus A square. So since both are equal, so it is clear that the components on electric field of negative charge and the electric field of the positive charge normal to the dipole axis means it will cancel out. I mean, if it is in parallel to the dipole axis means it will add up. So the total electric field of an equatorial point, so the total electric field of the equatorial point is opposite to the dipole moment. Therefore, you can see here at the equatorial point the electric field is equal to minus electric field of the negative charge cos theta plus electric field of the positive charge cos theta into dipole moment P cap is equal to, if you just add it, you get it, minus 2 E minus Q cos theta P cap, since E minus Q is equal to E plus Q. So the values will be same inside. So when you add it, you get minus 2. You get 2. Now when you substitute the value for this, minus 2 is into the electric field which we got before, which is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q by R square plus A square, which is common for both negative and positive charge, into, you have to substitute the value for cos theta. So in this diagram you can see very clearly cos theta A divided by R square plus A square 1 to the power 1 by 2, that is root of 2. This value you have to substitute here, A divided by root of R square plus A square, since cos theta is equal to A divided by root of R square plus A square into P cap. Now when you reduce the formula, it will become 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into P divided by R square plus A square, the whole 3 by 2. That is, this is square 1 by 2 plus this one. So we get it by 3 by 2 P cap. So the electric field for the equatorial point is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into P by R cube by P cap. Since R is very much greater than A, so we consider only R. So it becomes the equatorial point is equal to 1 by minus 4 pi epsilon 0 into P by R cube P cap. The equatorial point is, so when you compare the electric field of a short dipole at the axial and the equatorial point, you get a formula for the axial point and the equatorial point as E axial is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 2P by R cube. And at the equatorial point, EQ it is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P by R cube. So from this, it is very clear that the electric field for the axial point is equal to twice that of the electric field of the equatorial point. So when you find out for the equatorial point, if you just multiply by 2, you can get an axial point. What is the electric field? Therefore, the electric field of a short dipole at a distance r along its axis is twice the electric field at the same distance along the equatorial line. So based on this, we will be seeing a small problem to get a better understanding. So two charges, one positive 5 microcoulomb and another minus 5 microcoulomb are placed 1 millimeter apart. Calculate the dipole moment. You can see here in this question it's being given positive charge Q is equal to 5 microcoulomb and another one is minus 5 microcoulomb. So both are having positive and negative charge of 5 microcoulomb is equal to 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. So we take one as Q. And the distance between these two, it will be 2a is equal to 1 millimeter. So Q positive to Q negative, the distance is 2a. So this 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So from this we can calculate the dipole moment by the formula P is equal to Q into 2a. So with this formula we can calculate the dipole moment is equal to, you have to substitute for Q 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 and for A 10 to the power minus 3. Adding the above, you get 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 centimeter. 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 centimeter. I hope you might have understood the very basic of the electric field at an axial point of a dipole as well as of a equatorial point, and it's very necessary to know all these formulas. So dear students, keep all this formula in your mind. E axial is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2p by r cube into p cap. E equatorial is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 p by r cube into p cap. E axial is equal to 2 into E equatorial. P is equal to Q into 2a. So by heart this formula and keep it in mind to solve the problems easily. I hope you might understood the basics of the electric field of an axial point as well as the equatorial point. Just like a small tuition, in a small, simple and easiest way we are trying to present it to you, and we will work out more easily, and we will put all the videos frequently for your observation, and you can just go through it. And if you are interested more, you can subscribe it and also click the bell which is around near to it. You can also mail your query to us for any doubts, but we will be updating it frequently. Till we see you next time, dear friends, I thank you. Thank you for patient listening. Thank you all. Thank you.